Just a few injury situations to update you on right now on FFT and 5, plus our favorite player prop for Thursday night's game right now. Welcome to the show, everybody. Adam Azer and Chris Towers here. No Dave Richards tonight. That's okay. We've got a great player prop for you for Thursday night football, a game that we cannot wait for. All right, Chris, let's start with all the COVID news. What's the one situation that's changing the rankings the most?
I think it's got to be the Browns, right? I mean, they're down, both starting tackles, their starting quarterback, their number one wide receiver, their number one tight end. It is an absolute mess. And, frankly, they may not be done. I mean, the way this tends to work is, there's a couple of days delay. So if they, didn't shut down their facilities until Monday or Tuesday, we may still have guys. I mean, you saw Washington had 5 more guys added today. So they're up to 18 players. The Rams have 11 on the COVID list. I mean, there is a lot of concerns around the league right now, and it makes the whole process of rankings, it makes the whole process of setting your lineups incredibly difficult because there's so many moving pieces.
Yeah.
But
the
Browns
really
guys in particular, because they play on Saturday, right, that's going to be an even more difficult thing for them to come back from. And I think at this point, you've got to assume Case Keenum's starting. You've got to assume that hopefully David Njoku can get back. Donovan Peoples-Jones likely to be the number one wide receiver. It's a bad situation because they are missing pretty much all of their key pieces except for Nick Chubb, and let's just hope Nick Chubb stays healthy.
Kareem Hunt did not practice. He's not on the COVID list, but he did not practice. Leonard Fournette did not practice. He has an ankle injury. Could easily just be a rest day, but something to keep in mind. If you have a roster spot, you want to stash Ronald Jones. You never know. There's a lot of other news here. Austin Eckler is a game time decision. So this is definitely something that we have to monitor here. Justin Jackson, is he your favorite running back? What do you make of this situation here for the Chargers if Eckler does not play?
Yeah, I don't think there's a ton of clarity there, but I do think Justin Jackson, if you have to pick one, is more likely to get passing downs work. I think it'll probably be a pretty even split between him and Joshua Kelly. But based on what we've seen from those two throughout their careers, Justin Jackson has been a considerably better player. So I would think if you have to pick one, and my preference would be to not. I don't have either of them inside my top 35. But if you do have to pick one, it would be Justin Jackson.
All right. Also, I just want to mention for the Browns, they also have 2 very important secondary members on the COVID list right now. So that could help the Raiders passing game if you're in a 2 QB or super flex league or something like that. DeAndre Hopkins expected to miss the rest of the regular season. Does that make AJ Green a must-add player if he's available? And does that mean you have to hold on to Christian Kirk?
Yeah, the way that offense has worked, they've spread the ball around so much. They've got Chase Edmonds coming back this week, so it's not entirely clear that A.J. Green's just going to become a 25% target share guy. I would bet he doesn't because DeAndre Hopkins wasn't even that. But I could see A.J. Green becoming, like a reliable wide receiver 3. There's upside there for sure, but I don't think I've seen enough from him to say that he's like a top 20 guy with DeAndre Hopkins out.
Yeah, we also haven't seen Hopkins be out with Murray in. Their absences coincided, so we don't know what it's going to look like. Meanwhile, so much other news, but let's see the important stuff here. DK Metcalf has a back injury and a foot injury. We'll monitor that. James Conner
has been playing through that foot injury for like 6 weeks, but the back injury is new.
Right. James Conner missed practice. That's not a surprise. They played on Monday. DJ Moore is expected to play. Terry McLaurin, they were optimistic about, but he did not practice on Wednesday. Thursday practice reports will be much more revealing. So that brings us to the Thursday night game. Chris, give me your favorite player prop. We're looking at the Chargers hosting the Chiefs.
Well, it's not my favorite because I hope it's not true, but Patrick Mahomes under 2.5 touchdowns. I mean, I don't know how you get that number at this point. He had 3 touchdowns the last time he faced the Chargers, and that's great. He also had 2 interceptions. He didn't really play all that well. That was kind of a little inkling of the start of what has gone wrong for him. And since week 5, he has 1 game with more than 2.5 touchdowns, with, I guess, 3 or more. The 5-touchdown game against the Raiders. It's been really bad. He has actually been... It's not like Patrick Mahomes has just been struggling for Patrick Mahomes. He's been legitimately bad since about week 7. He's got I believe it's a 6.4 yards per attempt, barely over a 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. They have... Tyreek Hill, since week 7, is averaging about 9.4 yards per catch. Excuse me. That is just unfathomable. I think Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, you've got to have them all in your lineup, but it's hard to believe that Patrick Mahomes is going to get 3 touchdowns in this game when he's done it once since week 5.
Take the under 2.5 touchdown passes. It's touchdown passes, right?
Yes.
Touchdown passes for Patrick Mahomes. That's Chris Towers. I'm Adam Azer. This is Fantasy Football Today in 5. Back at it tomorrow after Thursday night.